What is happening in the world of sports and beyond? The news cycle is absolutely wild, and you need to know what's breaking right now. We've got seismic shifts, legendary figures making waves, and schedules that are dropping like bombs. Get ready for the unmissable updates, the stories that are dominating headlines, and the moments that will define the conversation. Don't miss a second. This is the Roger Report, and it's going to be a packed show. First up, a bold declaration about a basketball GOAT, setting off debates that are already heating up. Then, a look at a future NBA landscape that's packed with star power and intriguing matchups. We're diving deep into a very public, very intense feud that's got everyone talking. And we're going back to a legendary comeback, uncovering the powerful words that fueled a historic victory. Stick around, you need to see this. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss a single update. A defining statement on greatness. One of the most prominent voices in sports media has weighed in with a powerful assessment of a legendary basketball player's place in history, sparking immediate and widespread discussion. This commentary comes amid ongoing debates about legacy and impact in the sport. Stephen A. Smith, known for his passionate and often provocative takes, has declared LeBron James to be the second greatest basketball player of all time. Smith articulated this view by highlighting James's remarkable career achievements: 4 championships and 4 league MVP awards. He also praised James as an incredible ambassador for the game, noting that his respect has been hard-earned and is undeniable. However, Smith drew a sharp distinction between James the player and James the man, suggesting that the public is unaware of behind-the-scenes events and statements that have influenced his personal feelings. Smith specifically mentioned instances where he felt personally targeted or where efforts were made to harm him, along with contemporaries. The last straw, according to Smith, was James's reaction to comments about his son, Bronny. Smith clarified that his original remarks were directed at LeBron, not Bronny, and that James subsequently addressed this on The Pat McAfee Show, a program that airs immediately after Smith's own show on the same network. Smith views this public commentary as an insult and a deliberate attempt to undermine him. He stated that there are many details he chooses not to disclose, explaining that his strong feelings stem from these undisclosed experiences. Smith emphasized that he has no relationship with James anymore and would be content never speaking to him again, asserting that there is no mediator who could mend the divide. He reiterated that he will continue to do his job and cover basketball, but his personal feelings about the situation are clear. This public declaration is likely to reignite conversations among fans and analysts about who truly belongs in the pantheon of basketball's greatest players. The sports world is buzzing, with fans and analysts dissecting Smith's every word and debating LeBron's ranking, while others question the nature of their public dispute. But the conversation around LeBron James doesn't stop there. Get ready for a glimpse into a future NBA season that promises major stars and pivotal matchups. A new era dawns in the NBA. The league has officially unveiled the schedule for the 2025-26 NBA season, a slate packed with high-profile matchups and significant milestones, particularly for the Los Angeles Lakers. This season marks a pivotal moment, featuring LeBron James in his record-breaking 23rd year and Luka Dončić embarking on his first full season with the Lakers after a significant trade. The Lakers' schedule highlights their continued status as a premier attraction, tied with teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder, Golden State Warriors, and New York Knicks for the most nationally televised games. This reflects their enduring global brand appeal and consistent contention. The season kicks off on October 21st at Crypto.com Arena with a highly anticipated game against Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors on NBC, signaling the league's intent to deliver immediate excitement. Early in the season, on October 31st, the Lakers will begin their NBA Cup group play in Memphis, facing a challenging West Group B that includes rivals like the Clippers, Pelicans, and Mavericks. A key date is November 28th, when Anthony Davis, a former Lakers cornerstone who helped secure the 2020 championship, makes his return to Los Angeles in a Dallas Mavericks uniform. This game, also the Lakers' final group stage match in the in-season tournament, is set to tip off at 7 p.m. on Amazon Prime Video and is expected to draw significant attention regarding the reception Davis will receive from Lakers fans. The holiday season will feature the Lakers prominently, as they host the Houston Rockets on Christmas Day for ABC's 5 p.m. broadcast, a game rich with star power and narrative. The demanding Grammy trip begins January 20th in Denver, spanning 8 games with stops in Dallas, Chicago, Cleveland, and Washington, including a brief home interlude against the Clippers on January 22nd. A significant event is scheduled for February 22nd when the Lakers host the Boston Celtics. Before the game, the franchise will unveil a statue honoring legendary coach Pat Riley in Star Plaza, celebrating his role in the Showtime era and 4 NBA championships. The partnership of LeBron James and Luka Dončić is a central storyline, exploring how these two generational talents will coexist over an 82-game season. For head coach J.J. Redick, entering his second year, the challenge is to blend immense talent with the urgency required to compete for a championship, potentially shaping the franchise's future trajectory. While the league announced 80 of 82 games, the final 2 will be determined by NBA Cup results. The stage is set for a season filled with rivalries, reunions, and historical achievements. Fans are already buzzing about the star-studded matchups and the dynamic between Dončić and James, with the Lakers' schedule release dominating basketball discussions. This schedule sets the stage for a season of incredible basketball. But beyond the court, a very public feud is unfolding between 2 prominent sports figures. A public feud escalates. The highly publicized disagreement between sports analyst Stephen A. Smith and NBA superstar LeBron James has reached a new low, with Smith stating he would be happy never to speak to James again. This intense public spat, which reportedly began in March, centers on comments Smith made about James's son, Bronny. Sources indicate that the conflict escalated during a Lowe's Angels-Lakers game against the New York Knicks, where cameras captured a heated exchange between James and Smith. Smith later detailed that James took issue with remarks Smith made concerning Bronny. The dispute continued with both parties exchanging words publicly. Smith accused James of being a liar and a bully, even stating he would have retaliated physically if James had initiated contact. In response, James appeared on the Pat McAfee show, mocking Smith for his persistent focus on their feud, likening it to a Taylor Swift tour run. Nearly 6 months after the initial incident, Smith confirmed on the Gills Arena livestream that their relationship has completely deteriorated, stating, "He doesn't like me, and I don't like him. If I never, ever speak to him again in life, that will be okay." Smith emphasized that there is no possibility of mediation between them. He reiterated his earlier statements about behind-the-scenes events and comments that have been made, suggesting these experiences have deeply affected him and are the reason for his strong stance. Smith highlighted that James's public comments about the Bronny thing, framing it as an attack on family when Smith insists he was referring to LeBron himself, were the last straw. He expressed frustration that James then used the Pat McAfee show, which follows Smith's own program on the same network, to insult him. Smith stated that while he has much more he could reveal, he chooses not to avoid unnecessary conflict or disrespecting his employer or colleagues. He intends to continue his professional duties, covering basketball objectively, but his personal feelings toward James remain negative. This public airing of grievances has drawn significant attention, with many speculating about the underlying issues and the impact on their professional interactions. Fans are divided, with some siding with Smith's perspective on professional boundaries, and others defending James's right to address comments about his family. These high-profile personal disputes often spill into the public eye. But sometimes, the most inspiring stories come from looking back at moments of incredible resilience and leadership. A veteran's recollection of a legendary comeback. Details have emerged about the powerful message LeBron James delivered to his Cleveland Cavaliers teammates during the historic 2016 NBA Finals, a moment that ultimately led to their improbable 3-1 series comeback against the Golden State Warriors. This narrative sheds light on the psychological fortitude and leadership that underpinned one of the greatest championship runs in basketball history. James, who brought Cleveland its first championship in 52 years with that victory, remains one of the league's most accomplished players, even as he approaches his 23rd season at the age of 40. The 2016 finals, however, stand out due to the unprecedented odds and the crucial words spoken during a critical juncture. After losing the 2015 finals to the Warriors and facing the prospect of losing to them again in 2016, with key players like Kyrie Irving injured in the previous year, the pressure on James was immense. A second consecutive finals defeat would have significantly impacted his legacy. Iman Shumpert, a former Cavaliers guard who was part of that championship team, shared insights on Shaquille O'Neal's podcast about a pivotal team meeting after the Cavaliers fell behind 3-1 in the series. Shumpert recounted that James instilled a blend of confidence and psychological strategy in his teammates. James's message was direct. They would win Game 5 at home, thereby placing immense pressure on the Warriors. He predicted that Golden State would be hesitant to close out the series on their home court, preferring to finish the job in Cleveland. James assured his team, "I'm a guarantee y'all we're gonna win this game. I don't care what we gotta do. We winning?" While James's prediction proved accurate, Shumpert also noted that external factors played a role. The suspension of Draymond Green for striking James in the groin during Game 4 was a significant turning point that unsettled the Warriors and created an opening for the Cavaliers. Despite the external factors, James's conviction and leadership were instrumental. The Cavaliers went on to win Games 5, 6, and 7, completing the first 3-1 comeback in NBA Finals history and delivering Cleveland its first major sports title since 1964. This championship run, with James, Irving, and the rest of the Cavaliers, is considered a defining moment of James's career. As he continues his career, the memory of that improbable comeback, initiated by a seemingly audacious guarantee, continues to inspire. This story has reignited discussions about leadership in clutch moments and the psychological aspects of high-stakes competition. From historic comebacks to ongoing rivalries, the world of sports is always delivering. Stay with us for a quick recap of today's top stories and everything you need to know to stay updated. All right, everyone, that's a wrap on another action-packed episode of the Roger Report. We heard Stephen A. Smith declare LeBron James the second greatest ever, got the inside scoop on the Lakers' star-studded 2025-26 schedule featuring LeBron and Dončić, delved into the intense public feud between Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James, and relived the powerful message behind LeBron's legendary 2016 comeback. Don't miss out on any of the breaking news. Make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. Like this video if you found it informative, leave a comment with your thoughts on these stories, and follow us on all social media platforms to stay connected. We'll see you next time.